Yesterday, I described Underwater as a very watchable movie, and I would say the same thing for Like a Boss. Yes, welcome to January, when you don't have to go to the movies, but you can if you want to. There's not even a lot of streaming shows out, so it's a little bit of a wasteland out there unless you're catching up on what you didn't see over the holidays. But these are two fine options. They are movies you can watch. The only question between them is, what's your poison, right? If you like sci-fi or horror, you can see Underwater. If you like comedies or chick flicks, you can see Like a Boss. Now, by the way, interestingly, both are female-centric movies. Yay, Hollywood! We still can't get any director nominations, even with a plethora of options, but at least progress is being made on some fronts. And I would say that both these movies, I think, are, well, maybe not so much Like a Boss, but I think they're both movies that guys could watch, which I think is really great. They're not just for women, even though they both star women. Now, I like all these genres, but for me personally, Underwater has the slight edge because the humor in Like a Boss is a bit too blue for me. And if you're not familiar with that comedy term, blue, what it means is that the humor is a bit too inappropriate. Needlessly so, by the way. Like in Good Boys, the inappropriateness was the whole point. And speaking of Mr. Seth Rogen, or Mr. Inappropriate himself, there's a bit too much drug humor here. Rogen must have rubbed off on Rose Byrne with those Neighbors movies. I would say the first Neighbors is better than this film, but this is kind of on par with Neighbors 2. But yes, Byrne herself has proven to be quite funny. She was so good in Spy. She can be quite funny. However, here, I'm afraid she's no match for the over-the-top, yet still very funny antics, because sometimes over-the-top is trying too hard. But here, it's just funny. Of Tiffany Haddish, Salma Hayek, and Billy Porter. Yes, Mr. Billy Porter! I love Billy Porter. He has a small role here, make no mistake, but he definitely makes the most of it, just like Billy Porter always does. Nothing is wasted with Billy Porter. He looks fabulous, he steals the scenes, and he comes across as a genuinely kind person. You know, the Billy Porter brand. He's also one of just a few men in this movie. Actually, there's probably equal amount of men as there are women, but the men have significantly less screen time. So Karen Sony has some good lines in what's a very different role for him, but he also, I would say, makes the most of it. And then Jimmy O. Yang and Ryan Hansen are more of a gag, but they have some of the best laughs, the best gags in the movie with a cleverly appalling twist, I don't want to give it away, on their makeup company. And it was the comedic gift that kept on giving, I have to say. Although Tiffany Haddish's line when they first meet him had me laugh out loud very hard. It was great. But yes, this movie is mostly ladies. And as a woman, I always enjoy movies where women act like regular people and do regular things. Underwater, as I said, kind of passes the Bechdel test, but Like a Boss flies the Bechdel Flag. Neither Haddish nor Byrne have real love interests. They're focused on their business and their friendship, and that's what this movie is about, female friendship and women in business, which I think is very nice. In fact, if this movie wasn't so inappropriate, it's rated R, but it's like a really hard R. Again, thanks Seth Rogen. But for some reason, I think it works a little bit better with Seth Rogen. I'm not sure. I guess because that's Rogen's whole persona, but I really didn't feel that Tiffany Haddish nor Rose Byrne needed that layer, right? But anyway, I think this would have been a great movie for young girls if they could watch it, right? But as for Tiffany Haddish, I think this is her best comedic role to date, because I also really liked her in The Kitchen, because she's not only hilarious, but she has a lot of layers to her role. It seems very much like a fleshed out, full character. Rose Byrne, though, I have to say, has done much better. She looks great. Everyone has great fashions and hair and makeup, as you would expect in a movie like this. And she holds her own. I don't think she falls behind, but she's just not as funny as the other people. Salma Hayek is likably game to go all out as the villain of the movie and looks absolutely fabulous doing it. It is funny to think she's going to be in The Eternals. And then also, I have to give a shout out to Ari Graynor, Natasha Rothwell, and Jessica St. Clair, who all do a very nice job as Haddish and Byrne's friends with families and are welcome additions every time that they're on screen. I also want to say that I thought it was really nice. This was like a colorblind movie. There was no discussion of ethnicity, no lines drawn in that regard, no, not even really any jokes about that. And I thought that was really nice. I think that's also the direction we want to see entertainment going. As for Jennifer Coolidge, same old, same old. I mean, she had some nice moments, but her screen time could have gone to Billy Porter, who needed more. So again, Like a Boss is watchable, and you know if you should watch it or not. All right, so that's my review. Share your own thoughts down below. Subscribe today, and of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.